So, just for people who aren't familiar with your book, because you obviously you spend a lot of time teaching other advisors as well as your own clients, and you use a principles-based approach. Just give us an idea. What does that mean, a principles-based approach to financial planning?
Yeah, I mean, growing wealth is not a mathematical thing, right? And people are being taught that that's what it is. You put your money into something and then you have the miracle of compounding interest, which doesn't occur, as I've just said, in any investment that Wall Street can sell or any financial company in the United States can sell. None of them compound interest. So, people are failing because the premise upon which they're making all of their financial decisions is wrong. It's inherently wrong. It's like saying, I want to fly to the moon, but you just ignore gravity, right? It's not going to work. You're not going to make it, right? And so gravity is a principle, right?
Yeah.
And there are principles associated with growing wealth and becoming financially free. And so what are those principles? Where do we find them? Have they been used before? Right? I mean,
Right.
The reality is yes. There are some people, and I would say few, at any one point in time that have figured it out, right? That know how to become financially free, which, by the way, is the objective. Retirement is not the objective. Let's just talk about a couple things, a couple principles, right? Do most people believe that to achieve anything that's enduring and valuable, that work is a required ingredient?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything worthwhile in life it's gonna require some serious work.
Requires effort, ongoing usually, right? In fact, I just got this. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I ordered this framed quote from Booker T. Washington. It says, "Nothing ever comes to one that is worth having except as a result of hard work." How cool is that? That's not what Wall Street's trying to teach, right? And most of the financial industry is not trying to teach that. Most of the financial industry is trying to teach people that, hey, you can go to your job, right, and just set aside some of your money and we're going to take care of you. And you don't have to know anything. And it's going to compound in interest over time. And one day you're going to be able to retire, which actually that's the true part of what they're saying. Again, look up the definition of the word retirement. It doesn't mean free. It doesn't mean freedom. It means quitting your job. So you can quit your job and you can become dependent, but that doesn't make you independent. And that's what people want. People really want to be free. So work is a required ingredient. What about knowledge? Do you think anything that is going to be successful? I mean, if you were to ask anybody, do you have anything of value and that endures, that's successful, that didn't require any knowledge on your part?
Yeah, the answer is going to be no. You got to have some knowledge.
Yeah, you got to have knowledge, and it's an ongoing thing. And actually, that's a key to investing. Okay, there's a great book called Think and Grow Rich, and this book, Think and Grow Rich, says, by Napoleon Hill, he says that if you want to create the wealth you're hoping for, and he uses kind of an older language, right? English language, but basically he says, if you want to create the wealth that you are hoping for, the first thing you have to obtain is the knowledge, the specialized knowledge that's required in order to obtain that wealth. Okay.
Right.
So how many people really want to put in the time and effort to learn stuff that's outside of their job, that's outside of their hobby?
No, I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time.
Yep. But here comes the financial industry riding in on its white horse saying, guess what, Ben? You don't really need to know anything. You don't have to do any work, and you don't have to know anything. And all you have to do is put your money in this target dated fund that will automatically adjust over time. And then one day you're going to be able to retire. Again, that's the one part that they're saying that's true. They will be able to retire. It just won't be what they think it's going to be. Not even close. Right. So principles are what we teach. That's just two examples of principles that we teach our clients, that work and knowledge are required if you really want to become financially free ever. knowledge and work are required. And unfortunately, you know, like Robert Kiyosaki, his biggest thing, the reason he started the Rich Dad organization, right?
Mhm.
Was because he said that there was a major lack of financial education. Financial literacy was horrible. It's not taught in school. You know, people can go through master's degree or doctorate degree in college and they still don't know anything about money or how it works. Right.
Yeah.
And yet they have to make decisions based on that lack of knowledge. And so it's really it's no wonder that most people fail financially because knowledge is required.